Okay, I have hit the button to go live. It says that we are live. I'm going to trust it and say that we are live. Hello, everybody. My name is Carrow Brown. I am an urban fantasy author. I'm adjusting this camera. I'm also the executive assistant over at the LaterPress. You are just in time for my weekly writing sprints. They're usually weekly. Last week I did not do them because I had a lot that was on my plate and I had to do a priority check, and I unfortunately decided that writing on Sunday was not the priority that day. But we're back, and we are going to be here for 2 whole hours. Yes. If you were here for Power Hour for NaNoWriMo, we basically wrote as much as we could within the course of an hour and dispersed back into our own realities. And this is a lot like that, except it's for 2 hours. So not just 2 writing sprints, but 4. Ooh. Sunday double special. I know. So what we're going to do is at the 5 after, we're going to go ahead and start writing. So if you don't have your document up, go ahead and pull it up. If you don't have your handy beverage, get one. I have my Dr. Sadness right here if you guys need to get yours as well. And my document, I've got my timer up, I've got my beverage, I've got my dogs. If you guys like the video, for every like that the video gets, there will be 1 pet for the dog. So at some point, somebody's going to do a raid on me, and I'm going to be here for 2 hours after I finish writing, petting the dogs. But this is the fate I have decided to accept. So, all right, let's go ahead and say hello to some folks while we go ahead and file in. So, Mr. Brown is here. Hello, Mr. Brown. Thank you so much for coming and joining us today. I always appreciate seeing you here. I also appreciate seeing your face every day in this house. Sup is here, doing chores and enjoying the day off, checking out the combat update for Dyson Sphere program. Oh, let me know. Green Ruled is here. Hello everyone. Working on an older nano project. Oh, tell me about your project. I'm curious. Just cliff notes. You don't have to write it to me, but you know what I mean. Anyway, hi Debbie. How are you doing today, Debbie? Are you working on your comic today? Andrew is here. Hello, Andrew. Thank you so much for joining us. You are supposed to be with your family today. Go back and be with your family. Get off the internet. Misty Kate is here. Hello, Misty Kate. How are you doing today? It's always good to see you. I am going to be working on my client project. I am actually doing pretty well with this, despite the fact I didn't write yesterday. So I've already decided to start my Millwordy thing. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's basically where you write 1 million words in a year, right? I pretty much on average write 1 million words a year, just if I accumulate everything that I do. But what's different about this is it's going to be 1 million words towards all my writing projects. So on this project itself, I'm already at 40,000 words since I started on the 1st. I took yesterday off, and then today I plan on trying to write 2 chapters during this stream. If I don't write the 2 chapters, that's fine, but I definitely am going to be hitting that. And then for me to hit Millwordy, I have to write at least 3,000 words a day, which, I mean, that's pretty easy. So, let's see. Oh, okay, fine. I accept the lurk, but make sure you're doing your family stuff. That's more important. Hello, and Music for All. Thank you so much for joining us, Unga Bunga. Debbie says that they are working on scripting today. Very nice. We like it. Timbo says, howdy, Timbo. How are you doing today? It's always good to see you. I want to see if I can hit 1,000 words today on this upcoming sprint. So that's what I'm going to do. But I have to be careful because it can't just be 1,000 words of gibberish. It has to be 1,000 words, something I can work with. So I can do it. I can hit 1,000. I have faith in myself. I'm just going to write. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to write all the words. Fantastic. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm actually really excited about this chapter because I get to write violence. And I really do like writing violence, especially towards bad people. That's my favorite. 1,000 butts. That's right. You guys may not know this, but Music for All decided that they were going to join in on a sprint, and all they did was copy and paste the word butts, and it was amazing. I don't even know. It was amazing though. Let's see. What am I missing? I'm missing something. I forgot to do something. Well, it's gonna come to me later. Anyway. And she woke up and chose violence. Yes. Be petty today. Clap back. Choose violence. You have my approval. All right. So anyway, on my approval thing, we're going to go ahead and start this first sprint. So let me change my banner. I've actually streamed before. It's kind of crazy. I know. All right, so we're gonna write for 20 minutes. Now, Ranger's under the desk. You guys can't see it. He's keeping my feet warm. He's doing the good work here. Green rolled. But redirecting myself. 20 minutes. Do as much as you can within that course of that time, and then at the end we'll take a. I think I have it set for 10 minutes, so we're gonna take a 10-minute break. We'll chat, hang out, maybe just do 5. We'll see how I feel, and then we'll do it again. It's gonna be great. Repetition, routine. We like those things. All right, so we'll go ahead and start this sprint in 3, 2, 1. I will talk to you guys in 20. Okay, my friends, that was time. Feel free to share what you did, how you did, all that goodness, and let me know your progress. I am going to figure out my progress. I did it! Yes! Girl. Oh! I hit over 1,000. My day's good. Alright, so I'm gonna write that number down. I knew I was gonna enjoy writing violence. Yeah. Alright, so my goal now is to see if I can finish this scene in the next 20-minute sprint, and then I can move on to chapter 2, and that will be great. Yay! Alright, let me change my banner. If you guys have not saved your work, please go ahead and make sure that you are doing so. Make sure that you are drinking your liquid of choice and rotating your shoulders. Unclench your jaw, push your shoulders back, have good posture. It's all good. Alright, I'm gonna have my sippy sip. Also, I do not know if anybody is super interested, but I will be doing a Plan With Me stream. Not this coming Saturday, because that's a lie. Maybe it's not a lie. The 30th. I will be doing a Plan With Me stream on the 30th, and I will actually have 2 co-hosts with me on that, because the thing I have learned about planning streams is that it's usually better when I have somebody with me. So I have made that happen, and I have locked those people in, so it will be good. Oh, all right. Let's take a look at how you guys are doing. So Timo says getting the details for a magic system nailed down. Outstanding. Magic systems can be so tricky. It really depends on like if you're doing a hard magic system, a soft magic system, and yada 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 yada. Misty Kate says I laid out my writing stuff and notes, then got on Pinterest. No, you can't go to the Pinterest. If you go to the Pinterest for the idea of getting inspiration, you suddenly have salads in mason jars. Stay away from the Pinterest. It will always get you. I should do a comic about that one day. I have like so many things that I want to do, and I just don't have the time to do it right now. Well, I take that back. I do have the time to do it. I just haven't had the time to, I guess, get my assets in order for it. But we'll see. We'll see. It's both hard and soft, so extra complicated. Oh well. Thoughts and prayers to you on that. I just stick with a hard magic system, because the nice thing about working with a hard magic system, other than you get to lay out the rules, is that you get to figure out how the magic system gets used against the hero, and I'm all about that. I always like I like giving my my protagonist a hard time. Oh my goodness. Anybody else have like itchy lashes sometimes? Like I keep trying to not pull at these, but it's not working. It's not working at all. Let's see. Okay. I'll tell you guys what, if we don't have any more progress stuff coming in. Oh, you know what? It's because I don't have a question. That's my fault. I usually have questions to go through. That's right. And I actually have questions here. But I'll tell you guys what, after this one, I'll put up the second question so that way we have something to talk about during the breaks. And apologies for not having the first one up. My head was not in the stream game, it seems. I'm gonna keep rubbing my face in hopes that that will help, but probably not. Let's see, my eyes have been bugging me and my lashes. Yeah, I don't know what it was. It was like this side, and for some reason, I don't know if anybody else experiences this, but like there's like this sensation that when my lashes stick together and I blink them, it bothers me. I can't cope. It's like such a first world problem. Like lashes sticking together, my world is over. Arrgh. Let me have another sippy sip. Yeah, I think once we get to this 5-minute mark, we'll go ahead and do one more, and I will make sure that I have the banner up. So let me go ahead and make sure that I have that up right now. So for this question, it's going to be, what always drives you to keep writing? So if you're having like a moment when you don't really feel like writing anymore, like what is the thing that you pull from that helps you get like through that moment, that slump, or that maybe imposter syndrome, you know, whatever that is. Like what is the well that you pull from that says I have to keep going, and then you like do so, kind of like the little train that could. Let's see. How do you start your stories? Just start writing or set up an outline? Outline. I'm an outliner every time. That's how I write so fast. In fact, for this client project, I'm going to pause this so I can fully answer your question. So for this client project that I was working on, I wrote the entire outline in a spreadsheet, and then I sent it to him for approval, and it's like a 59 scene outline. So I outlined it by scenes, and in one section I have kind of like the summary of what happens in the scene, and then like next to it I have a whole bunch of like little tiny things that I as the writer like to keep tabs on, but maybe the client might want to have some input on that as well. So anyway, that's how that goes. Let me see if I can skip this. No, it's not gonna let me. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Nope, you stop that. It doesn't do what I want it to, guys. All right, so again, what drives you to keep writing when you don't feel like writing anymore? And then we will go ahead and do another 20-minute sprint. We'll come back and have an actual 10-minute break, and then we'll keep doing that. It's gonna be great. Look at us. We're being so productive, guys. We're being freaking badasses. That's what's going on. All right, so we'll start this sprint in 3, 2, 1, and I will talk to you guys in 20. All right, that was time. How did you do? What did you do? Tell me about you. I'm gonna do my word count. All right, I could probably add some more to this later, but today is not that day. Today is the day of fast drafting. So this chapter is done. I am very pleased. I am very happy. So let me set up this following up chapter. So chapter 17. Okay. All right. This one I'm not super sure of how that's going to go because I'm going to have to do some research, but we'll wing it and I can always edit it later. So I think I saw some... Yes, I saw James popping in with 10 minutes to go. We'll be reading This Is How You Lose the Time War by a name that I can't really print. ML and Max. Okay, Galstone. Okay, cool. How far did you get in that? Barrett is here. Hello, Barrett. Shout out to the doggos, the real MVP. Yeah, I mean, you guys can take a look at him if you want. There he is. I mean, he's got a really hard life. I mean, he doesn't know if he wants to nap under my desk on his big comfy pillow, the sofa. I mean, it's hard to be Ranger, guys. Really, Ranger only gets one pat. Oh, is that how many likes are on the video? Let's take a look. For every like that the stream gets, I will pet the dog. That is my agreement from me to you. So if you want the dog to be pet, you have to help it happen. Let's take a look. No, I see 13 on here. So, oh wow, you can time out people for 10 seconds to 24 hours. That's freaking handy. Oh my goodness. I mod a couple of channels. So yeah, sometimes there's individuals that show up and I really wish they would just go find something else to do. So far we're at 13 paths. 13. Timo says, foundation is laid out for this magic system now. Just need to get the details filled in. Okay. Barrett said, I read up on some medical studies and got a bit of a paragraph out. Nice. Yours says 14. Okay, well, I've learned that whatever I see is less. So probably like at the end, as long as you guys keep it like at a realistic number, I'll believe you. See, James says, I read 13 pages and now I'm over halfway through. I want to finish it tonight. It's fantastic and I highly recommend it. Oh, okay, cool. I have to finish. I'm reading a book called Spiked, and then I'm going to be reading a book called Consider This, which is about movie script writing that I want to read, just so that way I can get like more familiar with the terminology, because that vocab is being thrown at me and I'm completely clueless, and that's not really my favorite thing. So we had a couple answers to this question, which is what always drives you to keep writing. So again, when you're like, I don't want to do anymore, I'm tired, I'm giving up, blah, blah, blah. What is that thing that you go to make it so you can keep writing? So I think there's one answer, two answers. Timo says, habits keep me writing when I don't want to. Okay, we like it. That's good. Marcos, hello Marcos, thank you so much for joining us. The next chapter books of the story, I am unable to write short stories, only novels, long-ass stories, and I always divide into chapters books, so the future always drives me. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Bills motivate me. Yep, bills. I'm like, man, I don't feel like writing today, but I got bills, so I'm going to have to figure it out. Barrett says the last book I read was Alpha Core. Fantastic choice, my friend. Fantastic choice. I really like that book. It was really good. Chuck Dixon. So good. So good. Superhero police procedure. Yes. We love it. Oh, I can't wait for you guys to see Ira. It's going to be so good. Oh, it's going to be so good. Let's see. Now, if you guys have not already done so, make sure that you have saved your work, you are drinking some water, and you're stretching. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to have to turn. Oh, man. I'm going to need to go for a walk after this. Not that I need more walking, but I've been inside too much this winter, and I'm one of those people where if I don't go out into like the sun, right, during winter, I get like seasonal depression, so I don't like that. Let's see. Wait, why did it go? Whoa. Not that I don't want to read this comment, Barrett, but that's not what I was clicking on. Let's see. I do too. I reviewed it on the Velvet Room Publishing. Oh, that's your channel. Fantastic. Okay, good. I have a name to the channel. I really want to read ISO number 0 and Alpha Core 0. Maybe one day. I know we only have ones out right now. We'll see what happens. Mr. Kate says, read and watch favorite movies, and then I fall into a slump. Eventually, those characters I left hanging will pop up in my mind and dreams nagging at me. I've been, I don't know if I told you guys this. I'm actually, so this book right here, this one, The Queen of Swords and Silence, I'm going to leave it up. I'm going to keep it published, but I'm going to rewrite it because when I was actually having a discussion with the Soska sisters, so the producers, I was telling them about, at one point when we were having a chat, how when I wrote this book right here, my editors kept telling me to tone things down, right, in terms of like violence and like some of the stuff that was going on. And I did, and I realized that since I've self-published it at this point, I can just go back and make it whatever I want it to be. So I'm going to go and I'm going to rewrite it just a little bit, mostly because there are some inconsistencies on there. Like, if you guys can pinpoint it, kudos to you. But there is a scene where my character doesn't have a backpack, and then suddenly she has a backpack, and like nobody caught it. And the only time I caught it was when I was listening to it on the audiobook, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm about to die. Oh, but it's small things like that. And I really feel like there was a couple of things in book one that I probably rushed too much because I ended up being told like I had to condense it a bit more. Like originally, this book is 110,000 words long, and when I originally wrote it, it was 120,000 words long. And I don't know if you guys ever remember them, but they were a little indie publisher called 8 Little Pages. And 8 Little Pages editor is the bane of my life. Like, I don't know what they were thinking when they hired this lady. She was really bad. Not my favorite, and I've told lots of horror stories about this person. But one of the first things that she told me I had to do was I had to cut out 10,000 words of the story. And I didn't know how to do that because I thought like all the words were good. But she was like, it's too long. You have to cut it down. And I didn't know what to do. So and I ended up cutting out details like, for example, like the backpack stuff. And now I'm just at a point where as I move forward with the rest of my book series, I want to go back and I want to write it all. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to write the entire series from start to end before I publish it, and then read it, do my due diligence, make sure all the breadcrumbs are where they need to be, and then I'm going to publish all of it. That's what I'm going to do. So but I have to finish this client work first. Like, the client work comes first. In fact, I think until I had this project land on my lap, I already had like my entire writing schedule for the year set up. But then this came and I had to like go in with like whiteout and like erase a whole bunch of stuff and be like, okay, it has to go in the back burner. But no regrets. I really love this client work so much. It's fantastic. Yeah, see, James gets it. I hate it when editors tell you to shave down your book without an actual reason. It's too long. It's not an actual reason. It's not. And, there's nothing wrong with, like, a really long book either. I will say that if there's a pacing issue, right? Like, if you spend a really long time, like, on a coffee scene and, like, nothing in the coffee scene is either contributing to, like, character development or anything involving with story progression or anything like that, maybe ask yourself, like, does this scene need to be here? But, like, having me cut down on, like, details and sentences because the book is too big, like, yeah. So, okay. Oh, and Misty Kate says, that's what I decided to do for my Middle Earth series, write it all first. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. So, which kind of makes me sad because I wanted to have, like, more books out, like, in the coming years. But, I mean, that series, it's going to take me a little bit. But my goal is to have it drafted by the end of 2024. The editor I got for Machine to Man loved my book, and the edits she made were minor ones. I was happily surprised. I am quite envious of your experience. I really am. No, my editor, not my first editor, but my first line editor was completely terrible. My favorite example to talk about how innate this individual was that they told me I had to change Queen Titania's name because it started with tit, right? And I had like such a moment because I like, do you read Shakespeare? I mean, aren't you like a master's in like English or something? And she's like, yeah, why? It's like, why am I Queen? Like, no, not doing it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the second question up. So the second question is going to be identify the barrier that would prevent you from working on your project. So what gets in the way of you being able to work on your stuff that you really like doing? Work. That's my easy answer. Work gets in my way. But we'll go ahead and write for 20 minutes. These 20 minutes are yours. I will talk to you guys when the timer goes off. The birds of Star Clement have told us to take a break, so we are taking a break. How did you do? What did you do? Tell me about you. I got not the big number I wanted, but I got 895 words that time, so that's fine, especially considering that I didn't plan any of this chapter out. Let's take a look here. Let's see. I wanted to see if anybody had a question. Here, I'm going to turn this off. Also, please don't forget to save your work, drink water, and stretch. Let's see. And let me put that question back up because that seems weird to just leave that off. Let's see. James read 22 pages. That's amazing. Well done. Barrett said, almost done with a section I've been stuck on for weeks. Oh, that's fantastic. I love to hear that. Good job. Work, yes, for things that get in the way of what it is that you want to do. See, Barrett says, other than work, it's the fact I don't like writing nonfiction in comparison to fiction. I see that. I know when I wrote, hold on, this book, I mean, I guess that's technically nonfiction, fiction. It depends on how you think about tarot cards. But I know when I wrote this book, that was probably my biggest hurdle because I had to go find so many citations for it. Sep says, my own procrastination. I am my own worst enemy. Oh no. Mr. Kate says, it's funny when say work out loud automatically. I feel like it's not good enough of a reason. Yes, that puts the roof overhead, but time can be found. It's true. I know sometimes I get like, I just get tired, you know, as well. It's about spoons. There's, Becca Sims, maybe? I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's a book. It's called Writer, You're Burned Out. And, I really like this book because she kind of talked about how like your mental equity is in the form of currency, right? So things that you have to do that require willpower end up costing you. So for example, waking up, you know, when the alarm clock goes off costs 2 pennies if you want to do it with pennies, because it's the willpower check and then the effort to get out of bed at that time, versus like no pennies because you kept sleeping in. And then about how like harder choices, like do you want to eat the burger or do you want to eat like the healthy salad and stuff like that, like making that choice and sticking to like the salad will cost you 5 pennies, just because like you have like that temptation in front of you. And I really liked how that was all broken down. Maybe I should do a blog post about that. Yeah, I'm gonna do a blog post. Let me just write that down. Blog post about pennies. That will make sense to future me, I promise. So let's see, blog, mental pennies. Mental pennies. Pennies. Okay. I can spell. Good job. Anyway, so there's that. Let's see. John's here. Hello, John. Stopping by to say I hope your back is fully healed, healthy, and strong. Keep the posterior chain flexible. My back is much better. I really appreciate that. For those of you who don't know, I threw my back out by walking off a curb. It was great. But I am much better now, and I'm even running again. I'm running, I'm boxing, I'm doing all kinds of things. So I feel great. I did all the stuff that the medical people told me to do to recover from it. It was great. Let's see. Let's see. Stuff on Wikipedia. Benefit of medical terms. You should. That sounds interesting and helpful. I will do it then. I will do it. I often come up with podcast topics and just to forget them. I write everything down. Like, I've fully moved into like this little tiny Hobonichi notebook at this point. If this thing disappears, my life is over. That's what I've come to realize. But I think I told you guys about how like when I was doing my planning stuff, like I managed to actually lag Notion, and that like really killed it for me. I love Notion. I think Notion's amazing, but the fact I lagged it so much was not good. And at least with like a paper notebook, I don't have to worry about the page loading. It will just load. All I have to do is make sure I find it. So that was great. But yeah, fun times, exciting times. Oh, I think I said I was going to try and do interviews next year too. I'm making this face because I'm trying to figure out how to work that in. I think though it'll be like a monthly thing where I bring people on, I ask them questions. But I'm going to percolate on that just a little bit more, only because there's so much coordination that has to go into that, and I have to ask people ahead of time and all of that. So we'll see how that goes. I know every time I talk about maybe doing interviews, I get a lot of folks that offer to do it, and that's very kind of them. I just need to work in, I guess, industry professionals along with the self-entrepreneurs as well. That's my struggle, because I want to give everybody a chance to shine, but you know, I'm also looking for folks that can bring in like some great wisdom that we can take from as well. So, let's see. Let me tell you what, I'm getting tired, so it's a good thing this last sprint is the last sprint. Used up all my brain energy, guys. It's all gone. Used it up. Not really sure. Not sure if I really like this one section very well. I might come back and change it some more. All right, so I don't think I have I mean, I do have a third question, but it's not. The third question, the last question I have in here is actually for the 7-day book challenge, but we're not doing that today. So we're not gonna do that one. Let's see if I can find a different one that we can use. Character banner, planner, editing, finishing projects. Oh, here's a good. Well, we already talked about burnout in the last stream, so I don't want to do that again. Plot concepts. I have too many. There's too many here. Let's see. No, that's not going to work either. Man, I'm going to have to change all these up for next year. Oh my goodness, this is not going to work. Okay, here we go. We'll do this one. This will be our final question, which is, how do you feel about your writing today? So we've been sitting here for about an hour and a half, and we've all accomplished a great many words in some shape or form. So I just want to know how you feel about it, and then we'll do the final 20-minute sprint, and then we're going to move on. I really feel like I'm wilting right now. I don't know if you guys can see it. Before we leave, I will pet the dogs, though. I know that's really important to everybody here. Dogs will get pet, I promise. So I will go ahead and just start this next sprint just because that's where we are right now. So again, 20 minutes to do with as you see fit, write as much as you want, edit as much as you want, read as much as you want. They're your 20 minutes. Make the most of them. And we'll go ahead and start this in 3, 2, 1. I will talk to you guys in 20. Okay, that is time. Feel free to share what you did, how you did, and all that goodness. I'm gonna go over your answers, go over your progress. I'm gonna close this and then pet the dogs, and then we'll be done. So let me do that. They're all under my desk now. They must be cold. So my total word count for today with you guys is 4,066 words. So not too shabby, I gotta say. Thank you guys for being here and helping me make sure that I do this today. Really appreciate it. I always gotta change where that is angled at. So let's see. Alright, I'm not seeing any answers to the questions, so it looks like progress, and then we'll be done. So James got 23 pages, only 50 pages left to go. Fantastic. I hope you get the final pages. And I read 58 pages in the stream. So good. So good. We like that. We like that a lot. I'll just pull the mic closer so that way you guys can actually hear me. That seems like a helpful thing to do. All right. And I'm going to grab... I'll do it tomorrow. All right. Let's close all that. And then I'm going to go to the stream and find out how many times I'm petting the dogs, because that's important. All right, there are exactly on my screen 17 likes, so I'm going to go ahead and round it up to 19 because I know how you guys are. So let's see who I can get up here. Kissy kiss. Come here. Come here. Oh, okay, they're both here, so they're both gonna get pets. So we'll start with Mr. Ranger here. Hold on, real quick. All right, 19 pets. 19 pets, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, what a happy boy. Yeah, you got some pets. Okay, kiss? No kiss for me. Alright. Hello, Kitsy. Can you guys see her? Alright, it's Kitsy's turn. It's Kitsy's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, did you come for more pets? Is that why you're here? You're like, I need more pets too. Okay. Release me, hounds. Okay. You guys, I pet the dog. The dogs have been pet. Look at this. She's like, how dare you stop? She's still. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. I really do appreciate it. I would not have been able to write all these words without you guys here, so I feel pretty good. And now I'm tired, so I'm going to go and do my Christmas cards and get my final deck words sent out. And yes, that's going to be me. So again, thank you. I'm going to hit the stream. I'm going to confirm the end, and I'll talk to you guys next week. So bye.